In Iraq, a drone attack has caused a fire near a U.S. military complex in Baghdad. Victory Base is within the perimeter of the international airport. The area has come under repeated attacks since the war in Iran began. Iranian-backed armed groups have claimed responsibility for previous strikes on the capital. Baig is joining us live now from Baghdad. We've just been watching some pretty dramatic pictures there from the attack on Camp Victory. How bad is it?
Well, it looks pretty significant. Now, it's very difficult to get a sense of how bad it is. We're not allowed near that base. There are many restrictions for media and other people, in fact. But what we can tell you is that there were at least 4 drones targeting Victory Base. And there were a series of loud explosions heard last night and into the early hours of this morning, Saturday morning. We understand one drone hit the rear of the gate there, causing a fire. It looks like definitely one drone made impact inside that base. And at least in it looks like a marked escalation, one drone fired a rocket-propelled grenade. Now, again, we have had no reports of casualties, but what we understand is that these drones were launched from areas like Abu Ghraib and Dura, which again raises security concerns about how these drones are being launched inside the vicinity of Baghdad. But it's not just the capital. There's also been attacks against U.S. forces based in the north of Iraq in Erbil. And at the same time, there have been U.S. strikes against the Iraqi Popular Mobilization Forces, reinforcing the idea that this is a two-way battlefield with armed Iraqi groups targeting the U.S. and then those groups coming under attack themselves. And against this backdrop, and it's against this backdrop that NATO forces have withdrawn, because there's a sense that this is no longer a contained theater. It's part of a much wider regional conflict, a conflict that these other NATO countries didn't start, didn't want, and don't want their forces to come into harm's way in what is a very unpopular conflict. Now, at the same time, Iraq has declared a force majeure, which is basically essentially a legal declaration. Because of extraordinary circumstances, Iraq can no longer fulfill its contractual obligations, simply saying Iraq can no longer export oil as normal because of the disruption in the Strait of Hormuz. And Iraq is a major oil producer. So when it is affected, it's not just Iraq, it has an impact on the global energy market.